Aiy-yu-kwee, Melita, and this is my channel, The Midnight Librarian, and today I will be doing the Anti-TBR Book Tag. I was tagged by Brody over at Aiy-yu-kwee Brody. I will leave their links in my description down below. And this tag was originally created by Nicole over at Nicole and Her Books. I will leave her description down in the description down below as well. Links. I will leave her links down in the description down below. Basically, this is just, it is what it is. It's an anti-TBR book tag. People have their own aesthetics and their own reading habits, and she wanted to highlight this. So there shouldn't be any like warning. People have their own opinions, so hopefully you won't get offended by some of these books that I say I'm not going to read. But if you're sensitive to that, I guess be wary going into this video. So yeah, that's your warning. I am in agreement with Brody that I will never say never to reading a book. I'm very much a mood reader, and so what I feel currently in books that I don't want to read may not be the same in the future, because my life and my circumstances change my mood consistently. So what I may not feel now is not going to be the same 6 months from now. So question 1 is a popular book that everyone loves that you have no interest in reading. And mine suddenly went blank of just like, what are books? What are the popular books? What is everyone loving? I don't know. The Raven Cycle by Maggie Steve Otter. Yeah, I've heard a lot about this book this book series through BookTube, particularly Books and Lala and a bunch of other popular booktubers that absolutely rave about this. I'm just not interested. Like, I've looked into it a couple times, but it hasn't caught enough interest for me to like justify buying it and reading it. Question 2 is a classic book or author that you have no intention on reading. I feel like that's most classics. Classics are never one that really appeal to me. There are like a couple that stand out that I consider classics that I don't know if they're actually like labeled classics, like The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Is The Lord of the Rings considered classics? To me, classics are the books that I was forced to read in school. I hated forced reading. One in particular that comes to mind that I particularly like cringe at is The Crucible. I refuse. That was another one that we had to read in school. I didn't read it. I was definitely one of those students that didn't do their assigned reading. I just was not interested. And then we were forced to watch the movie. I hated it. That movie made me hate Winona Ryder. I hate it. Question 3 is an author that you have no interest in picking up. Colleen Hoover, I guess I don't really have any interest in picking up. Ruth Ware, I don't have any interest in picking up. Question 3.2 is a problematic author that you don't intend on reading. Mark Lawrence, I don't plan on picking up. Sherman Alexie, I don't plan on picking up. Stephanie Meyer is another problematic author that I will not be reading from. I'm sure there's more. Question 4 is an author that you've read from before and have decided that their books are just not for you. Jen Bennett. I don't know why I kept thinking that her YA contemporary romances would get better. I bought like 3 or 4 of them and would read them and be like, that was all right, but it could have been better. And this consisted throughout 4 of her books. And then the last one, I was finally like irritated because I was reading the same character just in different print settings. So I finally was just like, I'm not buying any more from this author. Plus the last book in particular that I read from her, it just felt like she was throwing diversity into her books for the sake of diversity. So like one of the characters was pointed out to be Native American, but no other person's ethnicity was pointed out until the very end of the book, where we just so happen to meet a godmother that is black, and of course it's pointed out that she is black, but it's just kind of thrown in there. I was just like an attempt to be diverse, and it was just like it rubbed me the wrong way, and I didn't like it. And so I was just like, nope, I'm done with Jen Bennett. Question 5 is a genre that you have no intention on reading or you tried to get into it and just couldn't. I wouldn't say that there's a whole lot of genres that I tend to steer clear from. I guess ones that I'm hesitant to pick up at this point are contemporary romances. Keep expecting it to be better as a genre. Really, there's, I think, a balance of being possessive to the point of cute rather than tipping it over to the point of this is problematic. Protagonist who consistently overreacts or doesn't communicate. I want there to be more than just a sexual attraction. I feel like all of these contemporary romances could be so much more. I want them, I think, on a deeper level, and that's not what I'm getting. Question 6 is a book that you have bought that you have no intention on reading. Book that comes to mind, I actually didn't buy. I don't even know how I received it, but I've had it and I have no intention on reading it. And that is It by Stephen King. This particular version was published in 1986. It was originally my aunt's before she passed. Again, I don't know how I got it into my possession. I think my mom said that she had borrowed it from my aunt. She's my aunt paternally. Stephen King is an author that quite a few people in my family have read. My mom's read him as a child, and so did my aunt. So this to me is more of like a connection to my family as opposed to something I want to read. In general, have no interest in reading it. Question 7 is a series that you have no intention on reading or a book series that you have started to read but will not continue with. So I already mentioned The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. Also the Illuminae series. It's one of those things where if it gets hyped up too much on BookTube, I steer clear from it because I feel like BookTube has a way of overhyping books a lot. Ones that I have started that I have just stopped is Three Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake. I read the first one, everyone pissed me off, and I'm done. Also, as much as I enjoy the feel of a buttery cover, I hate that it shows every oil that has ever been spilled on or been secreted from my fingers at any given point, no matter how many times I've washed my hands. The Diviners by Liv Bray. Once again, read the first one this year. Wasn't that invested. Wasn't invested enough to continue. So like I said, though, I'm not saying that I'm never going to pick these up. I'm just saying at the moment, I have no interest. Another series is the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I tried reading the first one. I actually finished it and just wasn't that into it. It didn't grip me and I didn't like it. So in the case of 2020 books that I have no interest in reading, I guess My Dark Vanessas, as well as what was it called? Rose Gold. Those two, the premises are interesting, but it's like something is telling me not to. Just kind of trusting myself and knowing myself and acknowledging that my mind is going, nope, that's not for you. Don't read it. And I was like, okay. So I don't know who all has done this tag yet, so if you haven't done it, feel free to say that I tagged you. People that I tagged specifically is Kim, and I know that Erin and Danny have already been tagged, but I'm tagging you again because I want to see I want to see your take. Same with Kay. Check out all of their BookTube and Bookstagram contents. The links in the description down below. Okay, so that is the anti-TBR tag. If you have similar thoughts to me, let me know. I do have to agree, this one was difficult to think about, mostly because as soon as I watched Brody's video, I was like, same. So I was trying to think of different different takes for y'all. So I hope that you enjoy this. Please give it a thumbs up. This is your first video from me. Be sure to subscribe so you can see more of my content. If you want to talk to me on any other platform, I'm on Instagram, Goodreads, and Twitter. I am most active on Instagram. The social injustices are still going on. Please do your research and share and donate where you can. Pandemic is still going on. Please wash your hands, stay home, and wear a mask if you do have to go out. And otherwise, I hope that you are in the mental mindset to enjoy your reading, and I'll talk to you again soon. Cheers!